Welcome to issue 5 of DVD Force. It's time to check out some great in-game action from all your favourite GameCube and Game Boy Advance games. Super Mario Sunshine is simply sublime. Worms Blast will blow you away. We have exclusive footage of X vs. Sever 2. And we've 5 action replays for the GameCube to give away. So what are you waiting for? Get stuck into the latest edition of DVD Force.
In darkness, there is strength.
It seems as though we are truly sailing into the unknown.
I recommend extreme caution.
Fascinating.
The time we have dreamed of is at hand.
The mighty Federation will fall before us.
Do you think this is a wise course of action, sir?
We're about to find out, Data.
Even now I can feel it, buried somewhere deep inside, watching me, waiting. But you know what scares me the most? When I can't fight it anymore, when it takes over, when I totally lose control. I like it.
He has the skills of a dangerous man.
I need to know what went wrong.
I think he snapped.
But he has no memory.
If we don't take care of this, we will both burn. He's trained, conditioned, built to disappear.
I'll give you $10,000 to drive me to Paris.
I get the money, and I don't get hurt.
That's the deal.
Now, the government's top agent...
I can't remember anything that happened before 2 weeks ago.
Amnesia?
Yes.
...is about to become their #1 target.
What's in Paris?
It's a name, Jason Bourne.
Let's see if the Paris police can find him for us.
And the only way he can survive...
Talk a lot.
...is to find out who he is.
I guess you're not home. Monsieur Bourne!
I don't recognize any of this.
Before they find out...
Get the address? I think I got it.
Enhance.
...where he is.
Get everybody up. I want them all activated. Do it now!
What is it? Something wrong?
We can't stay here. It's not safe.
He's out of control. It's very clear what needs to happen.
Based on the international bestseller.
I don't want to know who I am anymore.
From Universal Pictures.
You got to get as far away from me as you can.
What are you gonna do?
Danger.
I have
Everything they put inside me.
Is
Everything I ever learned. All of it.
Bourne.
I'm gonna make it stop.
The Bourne Identity.
Take this file. Take it over to the courthouse.
An ambitious attorney.
File the papers and get out.
A desperate father.
I found a house for Valerie and for the boys if she'll have me back.
Show me the house.
You're approved.
I thought you were gonna say no.
They had no reason to meet. Until today.
You all right? Yeah. Are you? Yeah. You got an insurance card? It's only gonna take 5 minutes. Sorry, I gotta go. Well, can I get a lift? I gotta go, man. I'm late. Come on, man. Don't leave me out here like this, man. Better luck next time. Hey, you're leaving the scene of an accident.
Here to present some papers to the court.
What do you got?
I made a mistake.
Bring me back that file by the end of the day.
Hey, guys.
Daddy, you're really late. Mom went in already.
This guy hit me on the FDR. He cut me off.
You know, if this was my marriage and it was this important to me, I would have been here on time. Next case.
It's from the file. He's got the file.
How'd it go?
I'm really sorry.
You're sorry?
Want to go to jail?
What, you didn't know who these people were?
What do I do?
You need that file.
I will give you $10,000. You think I want money? What I want is my time back.
It's gonna be bad.
There's this guy. He helps out with things that need helping out.
You get your file back. Mr. Doyle Gibson is now bankrupt. This is a mistake. I need this loan. I need it for my life.
It says you're bankrupt.
Academy Award nominee Samuel L. Jackson.
You have the power to turn this on. You have the power to turn it off. It'll take me half an hour to get to my bank. Now, if my credit's not on by the time I get there, I destroy the file.
Academy Award winner Ben Affleck.
I need to turn back on right away.
That's a little harder.
Please, man, don't tell me that.
Everything decent is held together by a covenant. And you and what's his name? You broke the contract.
Changing lanes.
It's never been done before. What's the target? When was the last time you were in Vegas? You want to knock over a casino. 3 casinos? Vegas, huh?
Vegas?
Vegas.
Fantastic.
The heist is impossible.
Casino security cannot be beaten. You're out of your minds.
Exactly.
You are up to something, Danny. What? You're pulling a job, aren't you? You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
You're gonna need a crew as nuts as you are. Who do you got in mind?
Smash and grab job, huh? Slightly more complicated than that.
Say we get down the elevator we can't move, and past the guards with the guns, and into the vault we can't open. We're just supposed to walk out of there with $150 million in cash.
Yeah.
Oh. But these guys...
That is the sexiest thing I have ever seen.
...are just crazy enough.
You'd need at least a dozen guys doing a combination of cons.
Do you understand any of this?
I'll explain later.
...to pull off the con...
Someone call for a doctor?
...of the century.
We're set.
We're set.
We're set.
Do it already.
Well, did you check the batteries? Congratulations. You're a dead man.
George Clooney, Matt Damon, Andy Garcia, Brad Pitt, and Julia Roberts.
Why do this? Why not do it?
From the Academy Award-winning director of Traffic and Aaron Brockovich.
Because the house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing that speech, haven't you? A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed it. That was good. I liked it.
Ocean's 11.
You're either in or you're out. I'm staying in.
Kickflips. Kickflips is one of the most frustrating tricks to learn in skateboarding. but we're going to try to help you to do it the easiest way possible. The basic motion is just like an ollie. Your body positioning is the same. Your feet take off just like an ollie, but as your front foot slides forward, you give it a flick, and that's what starts it spinning.
Yeah, you want to make sure that when you kick your front foot off the board, you kick it sort of out, but don't kick it too far away or too straight down. You want to keep your front foot basically under you, so as the board flips, you can get your feet back above the board in time. And as the board comes around, you watch the board and you feet over your bolts, stomp it down.
And the board, it doesn't always flip the exact same way. So sometimes it'll flip faster, sometimes slower, but you can basically just keep your feet out of the way and watch it. And as the grip tape comes around, just stomp your feet down on top of it.
Like a good way to do, to get used to watching the board spin, so you can do it stationary, standing in the carpet or in your driveway, anywhere, is just basically pop the tail down and then smack the board with your hand and then get the flip going, so that way you can be above it and actually see what the board looks like while it's spinning, and then you can move on to flipping it with your feet.
And you can definitely learn this stationary: carpet, grass.
Don't get frustrated, because this is one of the hardest tricks in skateboarding. I've been skating for 16 years and I still have problems with them every day, so.
Me too.
Place your feet in the same position as an ollie, but with your front heel hanging a little bit more off the edge in the beginning. As you pop the board, you slide your front foot forward and out slightly in order to start the board flipping and to keep it level as it comes around. Be sure to lean over your front foot as you watch the board flip, keeping your knees bent until it spins a complete rotation. Place your feet down as the grip tape side comes back around and is flat underneath you. Straighten your legs to keep the pressure on the board and to stop it from flipping.
As you can see, kickflips are not the most consistent trick. We've been doing it for years and we still need practice. But that's what it's all about. It's about just always trying to improve your skills and just keep at it. Most common mistakes with kickflips, well, the first one I think is to not flip the board enough, and that will definitely stop your motion. So how would you remedy that?
If you're not flipping enough, then you can just give it a little bit harder flick. And if you're flipping it too much, then maybe a little less flick.
Just watch it come around, and make sure you time your feet, the straightening of your legs as your grip tape comes around, and really just make sure it's flat on your feet. And it's catching it. Catching it is what you can always work on. You can catch it higher and higher and higher. Another common mistake is not leaning far enough forward. So you're flipping, but your front foot's always landing on the ground, and that's just more about a commitment and about leaning over your front shoulder and just evening your weight as you land.
And another thing too is when you're learning them, a lot of times you kick straight down and your foot goes too far down or too far out, and you don't have enough time to get your foot back over your board. So to remedy that, just use more of your toe on the flick and not your whole foot or your whole leg. Just give it a little flick with your ankle.
It's a more subtle movement than you think. So just keep practicing. I mean, kickflips is something you can always improve on, and it's all about your timing, and it's all about your commitment.
Practice, so practice, practice.
With its perfect blend of exhilarating fighting and deep RPG storytelling, Barbarian has the potential to take you further than any fighting game has taken you before. Heroes of Barbaria have waged war since the dawn of time, ravaging the earth as they battle with weapons and magic alike. Their moves to stop the madness forged by the evil Zorg are hammering his growing power. Who they are, why they quest, and what they will become is destiny. Only one has the power to succeed. Barbarian offers a non-linear plot, with each character having his or her own agenda. Discover every character's story and goals through the battles of the quest mode, and choose between a total of 300 different branches, knowing every choice you make and every battle you win or lose has consequences on the rest of the story. Upgrade your character and enhance its physical and magical attacks, ability to lift objects including other characters, its speed, and much more. In multiplayer, 1 to 4 players can compete simultaneously with up to 8 different fighters on the screen at the same time. Follow your character's journey in quest mode, upgrade it, save it on your memory card, and then challenge your friends in combat with your very own personalised character. the Barmy Bomber makes his GameCube debut in an all-action blastathon. Bomberman Generation is 2 games in 1. There's the single-player adventure mode, where you tackle 6 worlds filled with baddies, bosses and bombs, and the multiplayer event, which sees Bomberman return to his 2D roots. The single-player game world is fully 3D, with a well-placed camera giving a good view of the action. Among other things, power-ups increase your speed, the number of bombs you can drop and bomb power. Every 3 levels you face a boss fight, which certainly adds to the drama. Best of all though is the battle mode. Here you take on computer or human opponents in a Bomberman Battle Royale. Up to 4 Bombermen compete in a maze-like arena, using bombs to blast away at the arena walls, uncover power-ups to beef up their bombs, and ultimately use them to annihilate their opponents. The basic features of the story mode also make it into the battle mode, allowing you to kick and throw your bombs at your opponents, and dozens of options are available to give the battle the twist you desire. Bomberman Generation is a credible challenge in adventure mode and a full-on party blast in multiplayer action. If you like challenging your mates to a bit of light-hearted combat, go for it. It's the best competitive multiplayer game since Super Smash Bros. Melee. Egomania is a game without a soul. Its basic concept is pinched from Tetris, its graphics and presentation look dated, and what fun it offers is very short-lived. As one of the Ovoid characters, you build your tower Tetris style by placing the blocks you catch as they fall from the sky. The aim of the game is to build upwards to avoid the rising water, which destroys lines that are incomplete. Look out for power-ups that help you build or hinder your opponent. It's not a total disaster, it's fun for a while, it just seems little has been done to get the most out of the cube, effects are minimal, and there are several annoying gameplay flaws. The narrow playing area makes it difficult to avoid hazards. The creatures that steal your goodies and knock you off the tower are especially annoying. Egomania's more natural home is the Game Boy Advance. On the cube, it just hasn't got enough to justify the price tag. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2 allows players to travel with Matt Hoffman, Mike Escamilla, Chad Kagi, Corey Nastasio, Joe Kowalski, Rick Thorne, Kevin Robinson and Simon Tabron to 8 cities across America. We've never heard of them either, but apparently they're the best BMX riders in the world. Players can perform thousands of tricks as they experience multiple modes of play. Look out for Road Trip, Wreak Havoc, Horse and many multiplayer split-screen modes. Players can also build their own BMX course using the next generation Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2 course editor. You can also take control of the camera and snap photos of your best tricks and courses to keep in your own scrapbook. Manuals, wall rides, tyre taps, grinds and air tricks can be morphed to create new tricks on the fly. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX is the only BMX game to offer flatland tricks like the Backpacker, Whiplash and Hitchhiker. 8 enormous free-roaming cities come to life with helicopters, boats, cars and pedestrians. Full motion video and a non-linear game progression with multiple tiers of objectives further enhance the road trip experience. Pro Rally promises a new dimension in rally driving. According to Ubisoft, its engine-screaming, hair-raising action and super realistic features really put you in the driving seat. Flip your Pro Rally car, smash your screen, pile headlong into a tree and then walk away unhurt. Grind, slide and skid your way through 20 tracks and 9 huge environments, including rainforests, Arctic glaciers, desert dunes and tropical islands. Show over 30 world-class drivers from past and present how to drive. Players must put their skills to the ultimate test as they battle it out for the Race of Champions crown. There's a total of up to 20 different vehicles in the game, each with their own unique handling and statistics that affects their speed, acceleration, braking and steering. Look out for the Ford Escort Mark I, Ford Escort RS Cosworth, Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 and the Lancia Stratos among others. Expect this one out in November. Well-deserved rest and relaxation, Mario and Princess Peach travel to a beautiful remote island. Seeking well-deserved rest and relaxation, Mario and Princess Peach travel to a beautiful remote island. It's said the local citizens are friendly and the weather forecast suggests year-round sunshine. However, when they get to the island, they find the peaceful paradise has been polluted by a mysterious stranger. Worse still, the individual bears a striking resemblance to Mario. Determined to clear his reputation and clean up the island, Mario sets off on his greatest adventure yet. Your job is to wash away the island's mess to restore the community to its pristine condition using Mario's new water pump device. This water tank does more than wash away the paint. Aim the jets downwards and you can use it to hover for a short while. You can also perform a number of different jumps, bounce off walls, run, slide, climb and fly to the highest reaches, more mobility than ever before. Bask in cheery graphics and stunning real-time lighting effects that bathe the island in sunshine. Visit Yoshi, Toad and a host of other friends as Mario encounters a collection of enemies bent on foiling his efforts to restore the island. Super Mario Sunshine is an exceptional game that sees Mario right on form. It offers a real long-term challenge too. Highly recommended. The PlayStation 2 version of Tetris Worlds wasn't well received. When we heard it was coming to the GameCube, our expectations were not high. Unfortunately, when it moved to the Cube, the only updates were the graphical and audio tweaks. All the flaws suffered by the PlayStation 2 version are intact. Tetris Worlds has a story mode, but it's weakly implemented. The storyline is dull and the cutscenes, used to advance the plot, look shoddy. Some interesting new modes have been included, and up to 4 players can compete, but the multiplayer experience is fatally flawed. Although you can compete in any of the 6 Tetris modes, you only get 2 multiplayer victory conditions. In race mode, the first person to clear a set number of lines is the winner. Knockout mode is the same, but with roadblocks appearing in your opponent's playing area when you make a series of lines. In both cases, you're fighting to achieve a set number of lines, never to force your opponents off the top of their screens. Lackluster presentation and a distinct lack of variety make Tetris Worlds a poor game, a disappointment, even to Tetris fans. Worms Blast is all about survival. Live longer than your opponent and in the meantime have lots of fun blowing things up. It's bright, breezy and wonderfully colourful. The aim of the game is to survive, either longer than your opponent or until one player has reached a set objective. You control a team of worms, squaring off against opposing worm teams in a kill them before they kill you fight. Opponents can be human or computer controlled and test the player's thinking, skill, reflexes, forward planning and nerve. The 9 characters in Worms Blast are rendered as 3D models for the first time. They're given personality, a mean arsenal of weapons and a unique boat to terrorise the waves. It doesn't play like a traditional Worms game, but offers a completely new, fresh and addictive strategic wargame. Its hilarious combat system and addictive gameplay displays the unique Worms humour, utilising the overall style, objects and voices for great effect. It's a familiar story. The tough-as-nails maverick cop takes to the streets to deal with the bad guys and settle a personal vendetta. The cop in question is Nick Kang, and he's battling his way through the mean streets of Los Angeles, dispensing his own personal brand of justice through automotive combat, rib-cracking martial arts moves and dual 45s. The game blends multiple genres into a single cinematic action game. Car chases, shootouts, foot pursuits and hand-to-hand combat are all in a day's work. More than 20 branching missions and 100 sub-missions lead gamers down dozens of possible paths and outcomes. Busting a robbery could tip players off to a future crime, and a foul-up could get an informant killed. Featuring a powerful 3D engine, True Crime Streets of LA allows players to move freely through a 400 square mile living, breathing recreation of the City of Angels. Players will be able to visit popular LA landmarks, or buy services from local gun merchants. Mechanics, or donut shops, and improve Kang's abilities by visiting auto simulators, dojos, and gun ranges around town. True Crime Streets of LA is due in 2003. X-Men Wolverine's Revenge is a third-person action-adventure where players take control of the ultimate fighting mutant. Fight man and machine alike in an action-packed journey through the Marvel Universe. Featuring an original storyline written exclusively for Activision by comics legend Larry Hama, the game sees Wolverine face a race against time to find an antidote to the viral time bomb that's just been discovered in his system. With only 48 hours to live, Wolverine returns to the clandestine Department H facility deep in the Canadian wilderness to uncover the terrible secrets behind the Weapon X laboratory and the experiments that turn the mutant hero into a precision killing machine. As with all mutants, Wolverine has unique abilities that set him apart from the rest of humanity. Deadly claws rip apart his foes, animal-like super senses assist in tracking enemies, an enhanced mutant healing factor helps with injuries, and unbreakable bones withstand devastating amounts of punishment. His superior strength and reflexes give him an added edge in combat too. In X-Men Wolverine's Revenge, players must muster all these skills in order to defeat the sinister forces massing against him, led by arch-villains Juggernaut, Wendigo, Magneto and Sabretooth. Luckily, you won't have to face this onslaught alone, and can expect occasional backups from fellow X-Men, including Professor X and Beast. Listen out for voice acting from Mark Hamill and Patrick Stewart too. X-Men Wolverine's Revenge is expected to ship in the spring of 2003.
Take your gaming to new levels of fun and excitement with the ultimate cheat device for Nintendo GameCube, Action Replay. Action Replay is the all-in-one gaming solution, giving you the power to bust open even the toughest games. Action Replay is crammed full of incredible features to enhance your gaming, including hundreds of GameCube codes. Beat virtually every GameCube game. Built-in powerful import player means you can play GameCube games from any region in the world. Fully updatable with new codes for all the latest games. Virtual keyboard. Enter new game codes using Action Replay's virtual on-screen keyboard. All these fantastic features make Action Replay the most powerful cheat device ever. No more tedious walkthroughs, no more complex button combinations. Simply choose your game from Action Replay's on-screen menu, select the cheat codes you need, then load up your game and take total control of the action. Even the odds with infinite health, ammo and time. Unlock secret levels and characters. They're all just a button press away. Action Replay comes packed with hundreds of codes for virtually every GameCube game, with the storage capacity for thousands more. Action Replay can easily be updated with new codes, so it's never out of date. Daytel's hard-working code creators work round the clock to bring you new codes for the latest GameCube games as soon as they're released. Visit www.codejunkies.com, the 100% official one-stop source for Action Replay codes. Or call the Code Junkies hotline. Lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Alternatively, get your hands on GeForce Magazine every month, where you'll find the biggest selection of Action Replay codes in print. Action Replay is the essential gaming device for your GameCube. Prepare to unleash the power. Action Replay is available soon from all good video gaming retailers, or order online from www.codejunkies.com.
Hi and welcome to the Code Junkies shop, where each issue will be giving you a guide to the best gaming products around. First up this issue, we're looking at the Action Replay for the GameCube. Now the GameCube's still a baby, but some of the games already out for it can be pretty tough. And what the Action Replay does is hold your hand and show you the light at the end of that long dark tunnel. What you get in the box is the Action Replay cartridge and the software on CD. Simply place the cartridge into the memory card slot, pop the CD into the drive, power up, and once the CD's booted, this will take you to the menu screen. From here you can select the name of the game you want to play, then simply choose from the selection of codes available. Action Replay contains hundreds of codes for virtually every GameCube game. There's infinite lives, health, ammunition, you can even unlock secret levels and characters, and much, much more. New games are coming out all the time, so if you buy a game that isn't featured on the Action Replay, you can call the Code Junkies hotline on 09064 774477. Lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you can visit the Code Junkies website at www.codejunkies.com. Now, not only does the Action Replay let you cheat on your favourite games, it also lets you play US and Japanese games on your UK GameCube without physically modifying it and invalidating your warranty. Action Replay for GameCube will cost you £29.99 and it's available through our order line on 0845 601 005, where our operators are waiting to take your call, or place your order online at www.codejunkies.com. Maybe you're a games purist and you don't like the idea of cheating, but you do like the idea of playing import games on your GameCube. Well, if that's the case, the Freeloader is probably more your cup of tea. All you have to do is put the software in, boot it up, put your import game in, and play your games before anyone else. Freeloader is available through our priority order line for just £19.99. Call now on 0845 601 0015, where our operators are waiting to take your call, or place your order online at www.codejunkies.com. Now, if you like your gaming on the move, then this is something you don't want to be without. It's the Action Replay for Game Boy Advance. Now, what you get here is a cartridge that goes into the back of your Game Boy Advance. You put your game into the cartridge, power up, and you'll be presented with a menu screen. And if you have a game that isn't featured, then simply call the Code Junkies hotline or download the codes using the software supplied and the link cable straight from your PC. Action Replay for Game Boy Advance retails at just £19.99, is available from all leading games retailers through our priority order line on 0845 601 0015, or place your order online at www.codejunkies.com. We'll see you next time. Planning on getting Super Mario Sunshine? Then you'll need this, Daytel's 4 megabit memory card with Mega Saves. With 59 game save blocks, the card can be used with any GameCube game with a save option. But not only that, it comes preloaded with the greatest game saves for Super Mario Sunshine. Saves include all levels open, all equipment, all secrets, all stars, and 99 lives. Get the most out of your game with the 4 megabit memory card and Mega Saves for Super Mario Sunshine. Price just £9.99 with free postage and packing to mainland UK. Call our priority order line today to pre-order your copy on 0845 601 0015. Lines are open 8 AM to 7 PM Monday to Friday and 9 AM to 3 PM on Saturdays, or place your order online at www.codejunkies.com. It must have been one of the trickiest video games ever. Super Ghouls and Ghosts features classic 2D side-scrolling action and all of the gameplay that made the original one of the most beloved classic video games of all time. Plus, newly designed enemies and stages are certain to please new and old fans of the series. The legend begins as the dauntless knight Arthur is caught up in a dangerous quest on his kingdom, and the evil emperor has snatched Arthur's fair maiden, Princess Prin. Only the gallant Arthur can rescue her from the creatures of the undead that haunt the land. Magic, mystery, and the mightiest weapons await gamers as they journey through the ghoulish realm and uncover glorious treasure. On the Advance, the game features the new Arrange mode, This allows players to choose the next stage of the game at the end of each level. This feature adds replay value and allows those who have played the original version to play new stages. There's 7 unique stages to challenge the player, and varied weapons for Arthur such as a lance, dagger, crossbow, scythe, torch and axe. It's great fun and as charming as ever, but it's as hard as before too. Only expert gamers need apply. Can it really be over 10 years since Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe first appeared on the Amiga? In its day it was a groundbreaking and action-packed future sports sim, and it still thrills today. Speedball 2 sees the 2 teams do battle in a players run with the ball and throw it to make passes. You score 10 points for throwing the steel ball into the goal, or 2 points for hitting one of the stars on either side of the pitch. Rolling the ball over the slopes between the stars increases your score multiplier. Tackles are savage and brutal, often leaving the victim sprawled out in agony. There's more to Speedball 2 than just the usual league and cup options. Here you take over a team of underachievers and manage their progress to the top flight. There's also a superb link-up mode, so you can demolish your mates as well as the computer opposition. Speedball 2 is fast, engrossing and a real joy to play. We loved it back in the 90s and we still love it today. The world has changed. Freedom has been compromised. Terror attacks on innocent people are on the increase. Former FBI Agent X and former NSA operative Sever are back in the sequel to the best first-person shooter on the Game Boy Advance. Whilst X follows up leads on home soil, Sever takes the battle to the front, infiltrating suspected sleeper groups based overseas and closing in on their chain of supply. One company's name seems to crop up frequently during their investigations: Global Operations Defense Systems. Events take a dramatic turn when Sever discovers that this company is not only a principal provider of weapons to many rogue states, but it's also managed to procure a Russian suitcase nuke, missing since the end of the Cold War. Only X and Sever can save the world from a certain nuclear holocaust. Have you got what it takes to help them? Go global, go ballistic. X vs Sever 2 features over 24 single-player missions, playing as former FBI Agent X or rogue NSA Agent Sever. There's 5 different modes of multiplayer action, including 2-player cooperative campaigns, deathmatch, assassination, bomb kit and capture the flag. Up to 6 bots can join in too. Explore bigger and more realistic areas and actual locations in the United States and the rest of the world. The vastly improved enemy AI means foes react to sound, sight and threatening situations. There's a massive array of realistic weapons, including hand-to-hand items, player-guided homing missiles, pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, sniper rifles, grenades, tasers and lasers. X vs Sever 2 Ballistic goes on sale in November, so expect a review real soon. In Sega's Pinball of the Dead, you must defeat hordes of zombies and other monsters using flippers, bumpers and a silver ball. Pinball of the Dead offers 3 different tables. The first board, Wandering, is fairly open and has a large clock that counts down as you destroy zombies. The second table, Movement, takes place in a top-secret laboratory with large loop lanes and hideous biological experiments. The final table, Cemetery, features a worm-like creature that spits out zombies and a huge zombie, Ricky, who tears through the floor of the board. The main attraction of Pinball of the Dead is that Sega has wisely left behind the limitations of the real-world tables and concentrated on gameplay that's only possible in a video game. Thus, thrashing zombies is the order of the day, using your steel ball like a thundering missile and plastering the undead hordes. Its main disadvantage is it only has 3 tables, not good when it's up against Pinball Challenge Deluxe, which has 8. If you're looking for realism or simply the best handheld pinball experience, get Pinball Challenge Deluxe. If you want something a little more out of the ordinary, look no further than Pinball of the Dead. Import gamers have been playing it for months, but Resident Evil for UK GameCubes is almost with us. To celebrate its release, we decided to take a look at the Resident Evil phenomenon and lift the lid on the current and forthcoming games. The first GameCube Resident Evil game, which hits the shelves on the 13th of September, is a conversion of the original PlayStation Resident Evil, first released in 1996. The graphics have been radically revamped, taking full advantage of the power of the cube. The reflections, shadows and lighting effects are the best ever seen on a games console. On the outskirts of Raccoon City lies the Arklay Mountains. After a number of disappearances, the Special Tactics and Rescue Service, or STARS for short, sends out its Bravo team to investigate. Their helicopter crashes in the woods and contact is lost. STARS send out its Alpha team to investigate. As soon as they arrive on the scene, they're attacked by hideously deformed dogs that look almost dead. One Alpha team member is torn to pieces and the other two, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, escape to a deserted mansion. Or at least they thought it was deserted. So begins Resident Evil. The plot remains the same as in the PlayStation original, but the intro sequence has been re-rendered and improved. There are plenty of other enhancements too. In terms of the game's controls, you can now turn 180 degrees with a simple tap of the C-stick. While this is most welcome, full analog control would have been nice. Still, a few new combat moves are included. You can plunge knives into zombies' heads, and Chris can even ram grenades down their throats. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. While most of the enemies are the same, a few new creatures have been added, and the major monsters shuffled around to re-inject that feeling of suspense. Once again, you never know what's around the next corner. The monster's AI has been beefed up too, so expect a hard fight. Look out too for Lisa Trevor, the first ever victim of the T-Virus, and a missing link in the Resident Evil storyline. The mansion has also been expanded, allowing Capcom to introduce more puzzles. Once again, these range from the simple and logical to the convoluted and downright illogical. There are additional areas outside the mansion too. People who played the original to death might not get their money's worth out of the update, but it's still worth a rental just to check out the new features. Of course, those who never played it on the PlayStation are in for a real treat. The first GameCube exclusive Resident Evil title is Resident Evil Zero, which gets a Japanese release in November. This is an original story which explores what happened to the STARS Bravo team that went missing in the Arklay Mountains at the start of the original Resident Evil. Although originally planned as an N64 game, Resident Evil Zero has been completely rewritten using an enhanced version of the same incredible game engine that gave us the Resident Evil remake. Bravo team survivors Rebecca Chambers and Billy Cohen escaped the copter crash and, for reasons yet unreleased, found themselves on board a zombie-ridden train. Capcom says only around 20% of the game takes place on this train, but they're not saying where the journey takes you or what happens when you're not on board. Several enhancements are offered in Resident Evil Zero. For a start, you can drop objects wherever you like. Previously, due to memory constraints, you could only jettison items in special storage chests found at various places throughout the game. Also new is the ability to switch between the main characters at certain times during the game. You no longer play through the game twice, only as each STARS member. Now you have to combine their talents to solve the puzzles and battle the baddies. If one character dies, the game ends, so make sure you leave them in a safe place when switching to the other STARS operative. If you're controlling one trooper and the other is attacked, you get a frantic radio call pleading for help, so you can switch control to the one being slaughtered. It's entirely possible to attack with both STARS guys too. Just get them in the same room and let the computer take over the one you're not controlling. Handy for toppling legions of T-Virus infected carcasses, but the computer-controlled character has a habit of wasting ammo. Sometime next year we'll get Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Unfortunately, these won't be remakes, they're simple ports from the PlayStation versions, with not a single texture changed. In America, Capcom is selling the Cube versions at budget prices, and Capcom Europe has promised they won't be full price over here. Whether they're sold separately at budget prices or bundled together as a twin pack has yet to be decided. Beyond this, there's Resident Evil Code Veronica, which may or may not be updated from the Dreamcast version, and the all-new Resident Evil 4, but nothing is known about this yet, so watch this space for further information. After months of waiting, it's finally here. The Daytale Action Replay for the GameCube is in the shops, and it's already proving a smash hit. There's almost no end to the things it can do. Let's check out some of the great cheats and enhancements you can achieve with the Action Replay, and you can also use it to play import games on a UK Cube. Why wait for the UK release of Super Mario Sunshine when you can buy it on import and play it with your Action Replay? You can cheat at it too. With the Action Replay, you can cheat at Super Mario Sunshine by giving yourself 99 lives, 99 coins, all stars, infinite water, infinite health and more. You can even change the gravity or make Mario wear his Sunshine shirt. In Super Smash Bros. Melee, you can open all the characters, as well as give yourself infinite health, infinite retries and more. In Extreme G3, you can grab all the weapons as well as a 1500G bike. In Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, max out every character and open all the hidden ones. Stuck in Bomberman Generation? No problem. Give yourself maximum hearts and infinite health, all the bomb elements, all lightning cards, max out all the Chara bombs and more. And in Luigi's Mansion, you can give yourself infinite everything, as well as change the colour of Luigi's costume. But that's not all it can do. The Daytel Action Replay can be used to play any region's games on any GameCube. Got a UK Cube? Now you can play US and Japanese games on it too. Did you import your GameCube? With the Action Replay, you can play UK games on it without modifying the hardware and invalidating your warranty. It's so easy. Just load up the Action Replay, select the Import Games option and replace the Action Replay disc with your game disc when prompted. The world of import gaming is yours. Check it out. Now you can play Super Mario Sunshine and Eternal Darkness instead of waiting until the UK versions are released, and Resident Evil 0 in November and not next Easter. It's exciting, it's versatile, and it's only £29.99. Can you afford to be without one? The Action Replay series is the greatest group of game enhancers ever, and the brand new Action Replay for the GameCube is no exception. It has the most comprehensive cheat system around, allowing you to blow wide open any GameCube game. But it also blows open Nintendo's region lockout, letting you play import games on your UK GameCube. What's more, Daytel has given us 5 copies to give away. To stand a chance of winning, just answer this simple question. What phrase might apply to what you get on Match of the Day after a goal is scored and the greatest game enhancer ever? Is it A, a big cheer, B, goal mouth celebrations, or C, Action Replay? If you think you know the answer, then call our competition hotline on 09064 774480 and follow the online instructions. Calls cost 60p a minute at all times, so get permission from whoever pays the bill and you'll be asked for your answer and your name and address. The competition runs from the 4th of September to midnight on the 1st of October, and winners will be picked at random by our computer. Good luck.
Get your hands on the new Action Replay for Game Boy Advance. This all-new version of the world's most powerful cheat cartridge is better value than ever. For just £19.99, you can be the envy of all your friends. It's so easy to use. Just slot the Action Replay into the back of your Advance, choose any game you want to play, and get ready to take control. Action Replay is preloaded with a massive 1,500 cheat codes for the latest and greatest games. Arm yourself with infinite time, health, ammunition, and other great cheats, then prepare to play like never before. You can add new codes easily too, and Action Replay has the capacity for you to store thousands more. If you've just got a new game, the latest Action Replay codes are printed every month in GeForce magazine, or call the Code Junkies hotline. Lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you've got a PC, then you can download the latest codes directly from the internet with Action Replay's PC link cable direct to your Action Replay cartridge. Buy the best ever value Action Replay for Game Boy Advance for just £19.99 and feel the power of Action Replay in your hands today.